It's out of our control. It's not like he wants to kill. He just doesn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? It's that situation where you got, we are living in a war zone.
From my point of view, no label, no slogan, no party, and no skin color is more important than the human being.
Much of what we've been taught about the American criminal legal system or our criminal legal system here in our town has origins of racism and sexism, and it's pervasive. So, and anybody who refutes that doesn't want to look at the numbers.
We see it every day. When I, as a black man, have to tell my two sons, just make it home alive. Daddy will fix it tomorrow. If you find yourself challenged by a rogue police officer, just make it home alive. Man, it's everywhere. We see it in you've got kids, we've got kids. I got my two sons here, and I wake up every day to make sure that I'm having a community that's safe for them and for your children and for our children's children, to make sure that we have a community that doesn't judge a person by the way they look, but we know it happens. We know it happens every day.
Can you talk to us about successes you've had in the criminal justice reform space? Because I know, I mean, I was one of 7 for a little while. My colleague, President Moreno's over there. And when you're one of a number, it doesn't matter how badly you want to do something, you got to have those votes. So talk to us about success and failures in this space.
I would tell you the proudest moment in this space was being the lead co-sponsor with Senator J.P. Morrell and the passage of unanimous juries. You know, a constitutional amendment that has to pass statewide is difficult no matter what the subject matter. But when you talk about something like one of the last vestiges of Jim Crow, that was real, man. And I look at my two sons back there and I think, if I don't do anything else to be a part of removing that one of those vestiges, that's a great accomplishment.
A lot to ask. Let me ask a hard one.
My question is bigger.
My question is,
I
had a client who I promised today that I'd ask this question.
What are your plans to include the voices of the children?
What can be done from the federal space?
Building on what you mentioned earlier, really excited to hear about continuing to create opportunities for justice of all people. Is that there's so many legal impediments, the public benefits, SBA loans. There's so many things on both the federal and state level that for all the work you do in support services, there still can't get that next level beyond finding living wages, access to capital, and continuing employment opportunities. So I'd like to hear some of your thoughts on reducing legal barriers.
Well, not only legal barriers, they're financial barriers, right? So the banking industry is chock with obstacles and home ownership. Young people trying to start a business, communities of black and brown who can't access capital because they can't borrow money. You know, those are all things that are regulated by the federal government. You know, so there are a lot of tough questions and a lot of pushes that need to be done, that need to be asked, that need to be promoted. And I look forward to going to Congress to do that. And more importantly, I look forward to us continuing this dialogue, because this has been great. I mean, a conversation, just an honest, frank conversation, not politician to advocate, but people to people, talking about real issues and talking about how we can solve them, and a recognition that we don't always have all the answers. That's how we get things done.
It is so important that we listen to the city, we listen to the people that have been doing this work for years, sometimes with no notoriety, sometimes with no accolades, no news story, but helping people. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to say, I know what a runoff is like. I kind of remember. And I know there's not enough hours in a day to get it done to touch as many people as you need to, because it is about getting the opportunity to serve. So I just want to thank you for listening to this group. It's a very serious group, and they will be They will provide good quality information to help us both keep evolving. Thank you.
Thank you.